Hello everyone, and welcome to the fourth Q&A of this channel. Today I am joined by my lovely wife to answer your questions.
Hi. I just ate lunch, so I have water and Twizzlers actually.
So we are going to go through all of your questions you recently submitted, and we are going to answer them to the best of our abilities. Are you excited to start?
Who asked that?
Me. Right now.
No, I'm not that excited. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
You will be.
I'm just saying I more feel a little sleepy and
Sure.
content.
We are laying in bed.
But I'm not like excited.
It's like a chill afternoon.
Yeah. Like it's not bad. I just don't feel that excited right now.
She's
but it's fine.
hyped,
I don't
right?
want to be excited.
I'm hyped. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Let's go.
First question. What do you and your wife like doing together, like hobbies and interests?
Okay. Tell me why the first thing that came to my mind was skiing. Pat hates skiing.
Yeah, I don't ski. I get scared of heights.
We love going to the movies.
We love going to the
especially on
movies.
Discount Tuesday.
We love going to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
We love walking our dog.
Mm-hmm.
Snuggling with our dog.
Playing video games.
Playing video games. Playing board games.
I'm partial to Overcooked, but it stresses Pat out a lot.
Yep.
Bananagrams.
Bananagrams. We like to do puzzles sometimes. We get in puzzle moods.
Oh, I love a good puzzle.
Mm-hmm. We like hanging with friends. We
like to make brackets.
to make brackets. We like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, just hanging out.
Yeah, just vibing.
Watching
So,
bad movies.
Going in our pool. Lots of
Reading
stuff. Reading for sure. Binging shows.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
that's
we could go on.
I truly eating. Like, I'm not saying it like I plan my whole days around eating. If we go somewhere, I'm thinking about the food the whole time. Like, it's actually like, well, okay, that's actually just about me. Sorry.
That's okay. I hate eating. I starve. Okay, how'd you both meet? We met in college, our first year of college. We were both part of an acting class.
I was a communication major.
Yeah, and I was a creative writing major.
I switched.
And we both took the same acting class, and I thought she was cute, so there was a blind partner.
What do you mean blind?
I
thought she was cute, so I was blind for a little bit.
I was blind. No, there was there was partner scenes, like two people scenes, and there was one that I chose that was like a blind date. So I asked her if she wanted to be part of the scene with me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's how we met. We were both actors, thespians.
Lesbians of the high seas.
Next question. Does your wife also watch anime? If so, how many?
I watched some. I've watched some of One Piece. Just mainly the chopper parts.
Yeah, the chopper arc, essentially.
I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. There's another one. But no, not really much. Just Pat kind of siphons through and like tells me which ones I'd actually. Although Jujutsu Kaisen we've been watching together.
Yeah.
But like a lot of them, I don't know. I've seen some of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, you watched some of Cowboy Bebop.
I like the music.
We'd like go to sleep watching Cowboy Bebop for a while.
I love them.
You've seen parts of Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I've seen parts of a lot of animes.
Yeah, that's not really your vibe though.
No.
But there was a lot of butts.
Because if like people are eating each other, it freaks me out.
Sure, but there's a lot of butts and you're a big booty.
I like the butts.
The Titan butts aren't great butts. They're just kind of...
they're veiny.
Yeah, they're just kind of... Yeah.
Anywho.
On that note, next question. Do you have pets?
Yeah.
We have 3. We have 2 cats and 1 massive dog.
Felix and Slippers.
Yeah, Felix and Slippers, and our dog's name is Yogi. Do you believe Bleach is a story your wife would enjoy? I think you'd enjoy a lot of parts of it. I think you'd get bored during a lot of the fighting.
Yeah, the fighting takes so much. That's one thing about anime. The fights take forever, dude. And it's like, okay, I get it. They're like, Jesus, episodes and episodes.
But you gotta look for the little character moments within the fight.
Oh, God, just give me the character. Okay.
And there's hype stuff in the fights, too.
No, I know.
But Bleach, I think you'd like a lot of the characters. I just think once you got to, like, there are times where it's like fight after fight after fight sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you'd lose interest.
Yeah, because I'm not a huge, like, fight person.
Yeah,
like,
but
I do love a good fight,
sure.
but, like, I'm not here to watch the fights. I'm here for the drama.
Yeah, you didn't grow up with DBZ like I did, where it was like there was like Frieza and Goku fought for like 13 episodes, and you watched it every day after school, just waiting to see who won.
But I'd rather be like looking at the aftermath of like how sad is everybody.
Sure. How many drinks would it take you, Agamotto, to go home with some Arankar or Soul Reapers? Some of them, nothing really. Like, Grimjow's hot. I know my wife was kind of not about him.
He's just like conventionally hot. It's like, we get it. You have muscles.
It would take an infinite amount of drinks for me to go home with Neutra. Let me just say that. It took my wife one. It would take me an infinite amount.
Is that the one with the two heads?
He's the one that had the like big weapon and the eye patch and the pointy shoes.
Okay, but you know his personality. I don't.
Yeah, you didn't know his personality, but yeah, I do. And because of that, I am not going home with him.
Yeah. So how many shots though?
1 million.
2?
An infinite amount. I don't know. And then yeah, Soul Reapers. It's tough to say. It's hard off the top of my head right now to think. But Kenpachi 0, obviously. Moving on.
Yeah, Kenpachi.
Good old Kenny. If you had a resurrection, a Arankar release form, what would its name be and what would it be like? That's tough on the spot. What would its name be? I'm gonna say it would be Taro, and I would turn into like skulls, bones would form around me into wings and like a beak, and I would turn into like a pteranodon because I thought that was a cool look for that Ice Ringer. He looked cool, and I wanted to see more of that vibe, so that's what I'd want. I'd want to be able to turn into like a pterodactyl.
I think I could see that for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I know you don't really know what that means, but
it's okay. I think that was for you.
Okay. I was gonna say, what would you turn into?
A frog.
A frog.
But like a badass frog.
Yeah, with the hollow ones, it's very bony looking. You turn into like a skeletal looking frog.
Kind of sick.
Yeah. Its name, you just go hop, and you turn into like this huge frog. Will you do a first time reading Tokyo Ghoul series? Because Tokyo Ghoul is a masterpiece.
Why'd you say ghoul? Like
the ghoul, the gobble ghoul. I've thought about Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't read it, but I do know it's like dark and bloody and it looks a little creepy and it's kind of my vibe. I'm sure at some point I'll get around to reading it. Will I do a whole series like I'm doing with Bleach about it? I don't know, but maybe I'll at least do a video if I read it. We'll see. But it's kind of always been in my periphery, so maybe at some point. Do you guys have the same type of humor? I'd say for the most part.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different types of humor that we both have. I think a lot of them overlap. Mm-hmm. But then I think there's differences. Like there's things that I laugh at that you won't. There's things that you laugh at.
Sure.
But like there's a lot of things that we both find funny.
There's like really subtle, quirky things that I think you find funnier than me sometimes.
Sure.
But there are slapsticky things that just hit me.
You love a good slapstick.
Like if it hits, like come on, the guys at Home Alone.
I'm just like, okay.
Every year I die. Christmas is laughter because of Home Alone.
I will say there's some like Gen Z type humor that I feel like I get that you.
Yeah, that I'm like what? Yeah.
But I'll like show you. I'll show you a video like cracking up, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, cool.
I'll be like, I was dying. Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, what was the floating poop one that you were cracking up?
It's like a choir. But they're like in this cave pool or something. Yeah. They're like singing like ethereal, and it's just my poops when I'm when they're waiting for me to flush and I'm on my phone for hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that you were dying and I was just kind of like, what?
You have to watch it.
Will you read the Bleach novels after you complete the main story? People keep talking about the light novels, and it sounds like I should, so I probably will. Question for both of you. What's your favorite fictional story / franchise? That's tough.
That is tough. We both really love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yes, we're big Middle-earth people.
We both love The Muppets.
Yep.
Shout out Muppets.
I love the X-Men. That's always been big for me.
Yeah.
Star Wars is big, but a lot of times, especially nowadays, it's kind of hit or miss depending on the project. Where it used to be like, I just adored Star Wars, but now it's like, kind of have to pick and choose with how much Star Wars there is now. I know, I love Marvel. We grew up with Harry Potter.
I think we are like, we like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Like, there's not one thing that we're like so obsessed with. We have like a lot of different like
passions.
Like, yeah.
I love One Piece.
Right.
That might be one of my favorite fictional stories.
SpongeBob. Does that count?
That counts. Next question. If Ichigo is not the main character of Bleach, who do you think is the right person to replace him? Except Rukia, because she's the main character from the Bleach blueprint. Yeah. During your review of the second Bleach movie, you seemed disturbed by Ichigo's existence. Okay. First off, I don't think I was disturbed by his existence. I just did think he was necessary to be in that movie. I think it should have been just about Toshiro Hitsugaya. I don't think he needed to be there. But I get it, he's the main character. Who would I want to replace him if someone had to replace him? Uryu. Because Uryu is interesting and unique because he's one of the last remaining Quincy, and I think it would be interesting to see the story from that perspective, and the Soul Reapers as kind of more antagonistic. That's my answer. Uryu. What do you think of the character music Kubo includes at the end of each chapter? Each music feels like it portrays the character's personalities. I haven't looked much into it. I haven't listened. I've heard that each character has their own theme and stuff, but I haven't dived into that yet. Which battle so far in Bleach has been your favorite? Probably Ichigo versus Grimmjow round 3. What are your thoughts on Toshiro Hitsugaya so far? He's pretty cool. I like my little Jack Frost Iceman. He's pretty cool. Would you be open for a Patreon Bleach 1000-Year Blood War reaction? I don't really understand how Patreon works. It's something I'll probably look into down the line. But maybe, do you mean watching the episodes on Patreon? If that's possible, then it's possible.
Are you done with that thought?
Yeah.
We both really like the Bond franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just Googling franchises.
What franchises do I like?
I was like, there's one sort of missing.
I love Zelda. That's a big one.
Yeah, Ice Age.
Ice Age Manny, the Herd.
We like anime. Miyazaki. That doesn't really count, but we like Miyazaki.
Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
King Kong. Planet of the Apes. Guys, if you haven't seen The Last Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that just came out this year, it's so good.
What is your favorite food / meal?
Oh, allow me. Are we talking breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
How about all? Give them all. You're more of the food.
Okay, and it has to be one. Okay, so I'll give you one breakfast, one lunch, and one dinner. This is my perfect day. Okay, breakfast. I'm dreaming big. Okay. Lobster eggs Benedict. So good, with some corned beef hash, but I also like waffles and bagels and muffins. One meal. Okay, lunch. Lunch, I love a good Sammy. You'll edit this dead air, right?
You'd love a good sandwich?
Let me think for a second about my lunch. I'm gonna go with a Reuben for my favorite sandwich. And then for dinner, which I can also have a dessert. Dinner would be, God, I love pasta. I'd have to go with pasta. Some kind of pasta. I'm just gonna say pasta for now, but I like a lot of different pastas. And then for dessert, I love a good tiramisu. But I also love ice cream, different types of cookies.
I like pizza.
Alright, next question.
Who does she like more, Pesce or Dando Chaka? I can just show you an image of them and see who you prefer.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really do justice to their personalities, but you'll get the vibe. It's you. You'll know their whole life just by looking at them. So this is Pesce and Dando. Pesce is this one, and Dando Chaka is the big one. I've called them the Timon and Pumbaa of the series, so that kind of gives you an idea.
I like Pesce more.
I love Pesce. He's my spirit animal.
I can tell he's got sass.
He's so funny. Mm-hmm. He reached into his loincloth, and it looked like he was about to grab his, And even the characters were like, "Oh my God, what's he doing?" And he pulled out his sword because it was like a laser sword. So it was just
his sword.
Yeah, sword. Do you believe the mass genocide of the Quincy's was justified? No. I don't believe any mass genocide is justified, really. And that one was especially. I don't vibe with that. I think the Soul Reapers are shady, and I'm curious to know more about their past. What do you think the next Bleach arcs will be like or about? I want them to be about either a different type of spirit, like maybe it isn't as simple as some spirits turn into hollows and some people's are pluses and they go off to Soul Society. Maybe there's an in-between. That'd be cool. Or I want some sort of technological enemy that is like from Earth that's aware of the spirit world and all that. They use technology. I think that could be cool. Like kind of like Ghostbusters, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But evil. And do you think Aizen will be a permanent villain, or do you expect Kubo to have more? I could see him being the permanent villain, but I think there are going to be other villains. Like maybe he'll be beaten, but he'll still be in the background, or he'll still be a threat, and there'll be other villains. But I mean, it could be that the rest of Bleach is trying to bring him down, but we'll see. Have you finished Jujutsu Kaisen yet?
We're working on it, people. We're working on it.
Yeah, we're on what, episode like 21, I think. We watch it in very, like, we have big breaks between. Yeah, sporadically. Will I read the rest of the manga when I'm done? I don't think so. I think Jujutsu Kaisen we're just going to watch as it comes. I don't think I want to hop off and read ahead in the manga before a new episode.
Yeah, I don't think so.
How strong do you expect Ichigo to be by the end of the story? I think he's going to be, I don't know if he'll be the most powerful, but I think he'll be up there. He's already shown a lot of potential, like freakish potential, so I think he'll be strong. What piece of fiction, music, or really just pop culture in general has impacted you the most and why?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is Marcel the Shell. That movie, I think everybody should watch it, and it gives you a lot of insight about life. Funny, it's sad, it's insightful, it's hopeful, it's everything. Watch it. Marcel the Shell.
With shoes on.
With shoes on.
For me, it's probably the Lord of the Rings movies. I think they hit me at the right age, and have influenced a lot of who I am as a person. How old are you guys? A lady never tells. Next question.
70 years old.
75. How many drinks did your wife need to give you a chance?
Wow. Was that a dig?
None. You didn't drink at the time. Like you didn't drink alcohol.
I didn't drink alcohol at all.
Yeah, take that. Canozo 99, 0 drinks.
That's crazy.
If you could compare the vibes of your relationship with any couple ship of any anime or any other media, who would that be? I think if it's any other media, we have Michael Scott and Holly vibes. I think we're both goofy.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, I think we're both goofy. Kermit and Miss Piggy, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
I'm obviously the Kermit.
We have Phil and Claire vibes. Yep. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think I'm as like serious as her. I mean, she's funny, but
Claire. Yeah.
Talking about Modern Family.
Yeah.
What about Bleach? Give him a Bleach one.
I mean, the problem is there's not that many confirmed relationships in Bleach, but I mean, I can't think of one right now.
That's okay.
Yeah. Does it clap, JK? Those are the sounds of two Twizzlers clapping together. So yes, they clap. I guess I'm going to share a shower thought. What if life was just a dream and dying wakes you up? That's scary.
Hold on, let me think.
It's like Inception.
You know what I saw? It was like, what if your whole life is some alien tripping on shrooms, and all of a sudden you open your eyes and you're like sitting around a campfire with a bunch of like aliens just tripping. That's whoa, wild. I just had a crazy thought. What if that's what you're like? That's crazy.
It's all just a trip.
Similar thing.
Yeah, I think it's a creepy thought, but I don't buy it. Does your wife think you liking and covering anime is cool?
It's cool.
Like, have her be honest. Would she think anime was cool if you didn't make it part of your channel? Also, does she have any that she likes that you don't really keep up with? Do you think it's cool?
Do you think
cool? I'm cool?
I think it's cool because, well, to answer kind of both of your questions, I didn't really watch any animes before Pat. Do they know your name?
I think so. I think we've referred to each other by name before.
Yeah, he kind of like got me into it. Not that I'm like that into it, but like I only watch because he shows me stuff. But I never thought it was not cool. I just think it's like an art form that some people like. So do I think you're cool? Yeah. No, not really. But do I think you're uncool? No.
You don't think I'm cool?
No, listen. I think it's great. I'm so glad he has this channel. so that he talks to me less about it, because
that's the reason it started. She was like, "Can you talk to someone else about this?"
An outlet, like fine, you can talk to me, but I'm not gonna be saying much.
I don't know what does Ichigo mean?
Like, I can't keep up with names.
Once you inevitably finish Bleach, do you have any interest in exploring the light novels and currently manga-only topics, including potential media like games? Yeah, probably. I do. Definitely the light novels. I'm not sure about video games. Maybe. Are there really good Bleach games? Who's your favorite out of Ichigo's group? Ichigo? But if not him? Are we talking like all of his friends? I love Tatsuki. And Orihime's cool too. So probably one of them. Would you leave your partner after they die to marry a fictional character?
Wow. I'd hope so, right?
You want me to marry a fictional character?
Well, if like, this question is assuming you'd be able to.
Sure.
I'd be sick.
It's not like I just lose my mind and marry Marjorie Terrell.
I mean, that would be kind of cool too. Like, I'd be a little honored that you lost your mind. So it's Marjorie Terrell.
Probably, right? Like, she's a queen.
No, that's a good choice.
You would. You'd marry her.
But would you be marrying her in her world or your world?
Hopefully mine.
Yeah,
I don't want to marry her there. Yeah, I feel like I'd die. But yeah, I guess. Right? Who would you marry?
That's a good one. Just thinking about some psychopaths, but
Nitro.
I wouldn't want to actually marry them because they're just hot because they're crazy, you know? Like, I'm watching You right now, although I don't think the main character's that hot.
I think he's scary.
Because he freaks me out. He also, like, makes me cringe a lot. But, like, I wouldn't even want to marry him. Why did that come into my mind? Because I've been watching it.
Yikes.
Hot Pop.
That's what we're going to leave with. You'd either marry the guy from You or Hop Pop from Amphibia.
Listen, there is a real answer.
Yeah, it's Hop Pop.
Bob from Bob's Burgers. He seems like the best husband, the best dad.
He's just me. Like, I'm very Bobish sometimes.
Or Yelena.
Oh, from
Black Widow's sister.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd marry
I can
her.
vibe with that. Have you seen the guide to Soul Reaper at the end of each episode? Since it's anime only, there are just some funny moments. I have. What's your guys' favorite foods? We already kind of covered that.
We covered that one. For the record, I like pizza a lot too.
What are your thoughts on Old Man Zangetsu and White Ichigo? I think that whole dichotomy in Ichigo's mind and soul with his Zanpakuto is interesting, and I'm excited to learn more about it, but currently it feels like, since he's leaning more into his hollow powers, White Ichigo is kind of the bigger aspect right now. Don't really have a question, but I suggest for you to start Hunter x Hunter after Bleach. I probably should. I don't know if I'll do Hunter x Hunter immediately, but I have to at some point. What episode are you watching at the moment? You post of it. Oh god, episode number. Well, so I've read, at the time of this recording, when I've just posted the video with Zomari, I have read the next chapters. So the episodes I'm on are going to be the fight between Mayuri and Xyloporo. So whatever episode that is. What's your wife's profession, and in her spare time does she watch anime or read manga?
I'm a special education teacher, and I don't. Unless I'm watching like something like Jujutsu Kaisen, but I mean, I'm not saying I won't watch an anime in the future. I'm just, right now it's Jujutsu Kaisen, so who knows? Recommend something for me that I like. A good cozy vibe. I know like there's all these popular ones that I should watch, but I like something cozy. I like something with drama.
Oh, what was your wedding experience? Just like the vibe, and any funny stories from it?
Oh, the vibe was... Hold on, there was like a name for it.
Wasn't like rustic?
No.
Rustic autumn.
No, it was like rainbowy, colorful, vintage, woodsy, right. Natural. But there was a word I like kept using. Oh, quirky.
Yep.
A little bit whimsical. That's the word.
Yep.
It was It was outdoors on a farm.
Yep. Oh, crazy story about it. When we first booked the venue, which was this farm, there was alpacas at the farm, and we were like, "Oh, cool! Guests will be able to take pictures with the alpacas. Maybe we can put little bow ties around them. Who knows?" And then I had a customer at work who was asking me about my wedding, and I told him where it was. And then he pulled out his phone and showed me a news article from like that day that
he goes, "Is it this place?
Is it this place?" And he showed me the article, and it said there was a fire at the farm. And then I called the venue because I'm like, "Oh my god!" And the barn with the alpacas in it had caught fire and burned down.
Apparently, alpaca fur is actually very fire resistant, so the alpacas were fine.
Yeah, the alpacas survived, but then they didn't have a place to put the alpacas, so they weren't at the wedding.
But we had more lawn space.
We had more lawn space. They tore down the remains of the barn, so there was more space, but no alpacas.
Yeah, but the vibe was just very carefree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was chill. It was chill.
Opposite from the fire happening.
Our DJ was questionable.
Our DJ messed up a lot. We had to go, like, I literally had, like, a whole playlist picked out, and I had to go remind him, like, to play this song when...
He went rogue.
Like, yeah, he literally went rogue.
Any advice in relationships?
Oh. Yeah, Pat, what's your advice?
My advice is just be open and honest and be goofy and find someone that makes you feel good and bright and that you can just vibe with. And be patient.
Be patient, but also, like, I would say it's nice to, like, pay attention to each other. Like, people just want someone to pay attention to them. You know, pay attention to their interests, pay attention to what they need, pay attention to when, like, help them when you can. It's just to be thoughtful, just, like, think of them and, like, do, like, little things that you know would make them happy, and then just not even mention it, you know, like, just because.
Yeah, I like that. So if you, Agamotto, has blue eyes and your wife has green eyes, both being submissive, if your hypothetical baby comes out brown-eyed, what then? Means
well,
I mean, can you have brown eyes?
So I actually have hazel eyes, which is like a little brown. There's a little brown and a little green in there.
Sure, yeah. They're very green to me.
They come out green a lot, but they are hazel. So... But I'm pretty sure brown eyes is a dominant gene, isn't it? Like, if you have it, you have it.
Sure, but can't brown eyes still happen from a...
I don't know if it's a dominant. I think...
I forget how Punnett squares work.
So...
Explain to me, teach.
For a dominant receiver... we would both have to have... I think we would both have to have a dominant gene.
Right.
You just need one dominant gene.
If one of us had brown eyes, then we'd have a brown-eyed kid.
If we had the gene for brown eyes, we would have brown eyes.
Okay. Yep.
More likely. I don't think completely likely.
So if the baby comes out with brown eyes, it means somebody was up to no good.
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, me.
But I think blue eyes are recessive, aren't they?
I don't know.
I do remember, like, I took this... Like, we did a whole activity where we, like, sat down and looked at our eyes and, like, figured out our parents, what they had. Oh, I love a good Punnett square. Sorry, next question.
Have you seen No Country for Old Men?
No.
Yes, I have. I saw it when it was in theaters at a small little local theater that had about 20 seats. It was for, like, an independent... Or maybe it was about to leave theaters, but it was at this small little theater. But it was a good movie. Javier Bardem is absolutely terrifying in it. What is your wife into, and how long have you been together?
We've been together for, 11 years? 11 and a half?
Yeah.
11?
Yeah.
11 and a half. I'm into a lot of things. We already kind of talked about a lot of them, actually.
Yeah.
Anything? I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, you do. Love Spidey.
I've been, no. Not really.
She also does circus.
Yeah, I do Lyra. It's like an aerial hoop. Pat will put a picture up, maybe.
It's pretty cool.
But I haven't done it in a minute.
Will you cover Burn the Witch or other canon-adjacent material to Bleach other than the manga? Probably. I mean, because I heard Burn the Witch is a Kubo story that takes place in the same universe, so probably. That sounds like a vibe. You say you like Bleach and Berserk, but what other entertainment? Do you mainly watch anime, dramas, comedy movies, or what? We watch a lot of everything.
We really do.
Yeah.
Pat likes horror.
I love horror.
I do sometimes, but like
in October,
it's really scary.
Yeah, the horror stories will mess Casey up.
I've got to, because I get depressed that people die, but I got to be in the mood and then I'll watch it. But we will watch anything.
Yeah, I like
a Killer Sofa.
I like a lot of like Game of Thrones, that type of thing too. Like,
yeah.
Like darker fantasies like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Once you're done with Bleach, what happens to the channel then? It would be a shame to never post again. I'm definitely not gonna end the channel when I finish Bleach.
He wants to dip his toes into other things.
Yeah, I want to talk about other things too. And
we're into a lot of things.
Yeah, I love Bleach, and this has been amazing, but I definitely won't end it just because Bleach ends. I'll probably still talk about Bleach even after it's over too, along with everything else. Would your wife consider giving Bleach or any other anime a try?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give her some recommendations. What is your wife's favorite anime?
I mean, we've talked about this a lot. I'll say I'll go with One Piece, even though I haven't seen all of it. I haven't technically finished any anime.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yep.
Because I love my boy Chopper.
Mm-hmm. Which MBTI personalities are you?
Is that like the Myers-Briggs? Yeah, it's the Myers-Briggs test.
Okay.
We should take that test and let them know.
We'll take that test and we'll let you know.
Wait, okay, we'll take it, and then as he's editing this, he'll already know. He'll put it in.
Yeah, I'll post it. It'll be on the screen right now as we speak.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. I'm just like that.
Which Bankai is your favorite? And show your wife some of them and what they do and ask which one sounds the coolest. It's hard to show her some of them, but which Bankai is my favorite so far? I really like Tozen's because I think it's the scariest. I think when you put your enemy in a sensory deprivation chamber and they can't see and they can't hear and they can only feel you killing them, I think that's horrifying but also really badass. So probably Tozen's. I think that one's really cool. That's probably my answer. Some of those are, if you're Googling them, I can't see them because I don't want to see spoilers.
I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, so yeah, probably that one. Please rank these characters in terms of intelligence. Xyloporo, Urahara, Aizen, and Mayuri. Oh boy. I'm gonna say number 1, Aizen. I feel like he's outsmarted everyone, including Urahara. I think Urahara is probably 2, but he could potentially be 1 because I think he could be the actual main bad guy of the series. But we'll see. Then I'm gonna put my boy Mayuri is definitely above Xyloporo. No doubt. Out of all the characters she's seen in the guessing videos, which one is her favorite?
Pat would know better than I wouldn't remember.
You love your emo boy.
Oh, yeah.
You love Ukiura.
Yeah.
But you also said that you would go home with Neutra, so maybe Neutra.
Okay.
Yeah. But you also were real quick to say Nell when she showed
Okay, but
up.
what about the first video?
The first video, yeah, some of those characters you liked. I'm trying to think, that was so long ago now. Well, you did love the giant toad from Naruto, Gamabunta.
Gamabunta.
Yeah, you liked him a lot. You liked Akamaru the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You liked Mayuri until you found out that he was kind of like a Nazi scientist in Bleach.
Yeah, when the mask comes off, you know. You don't know, you think you know a person.
Who do you believe could be another villain group should Bleach go beyond Aizen and his Espada? Like I said, I want like a technologically intelligent group of humans that are aware of the supernatural and fight using science against the powers of the Soul Reapers. Do you plan on reading Ukiura's exclusive backstory? Yeah, I do. Please tell me exactly when you caught up to Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. I'll let you know when I get there. I'm nowhere close, I don't think yet. What is your favorite Fire Emblem Three Houses character? I liked Hubert. Hubert was dark and cool, and I liked his vibe. He's spooky and a little arrogant. I don't know. He was a good character. You say that you don't trust Urahara, although he appears to be a good guy. Who are the other characters you don't trust? It's mostly him. I'm a little sus of everyone now, but I think he's the one who I've remained most consistently like, I could see him actually being a bad guy. It's probably him. Next question. Does your dog bite?
That's such a silly question. He like, sometimes if a stranger walks up to him, and they like, if they like put their hand on top of his head, he doesn't like that. But he doesn't like.
No. Yeah, overall not
He's
much.
pretty chill.
Feel free to ignore this question if you don't want to get involved in a shipping argument. What do you think of Ichigo and Rukia? Do you like them as just friends, or you'd rather have them as a couple? I've talked about this fairly recently, but Orihime has really impressed me, and after her goodbye to Ichigo, I'm fully on board with the two of them romantically, so I'm rooting for them. I do think Ichigo and Rukia work better as friends rather than any sort of romance. The only time I would say maybe romance between them, I thought the actors in the live action movie had good chemistry, so I thought maybe then. But in the actual manga, I prefer Ichigo and Orihime. I'm sorry. Do you like abridged anime parodies? Yeah, I do. I used to watch Team 4-Star all the time, Little Karibo. I used to be a voice in an abridged series, multiple voices actually, but that's another lifetime. But yeah, that was fun at the time. Which Espada do you think served alongside Neliel during her tenure? What a great question. Obviously, Neutra. I imagine the old guy, he must have been there. Aaron, I mean, it's hard to tell. We don't really have much evidence, but I'd assume Aaron Yarrow, maybe. He might have been there. Stark? I don't know. It's tough to say. I'd say maybe just like the ones who wouldn't be are maybe not like Yami. I don't know. Tough to say. Terry Hatcher in Tomorrow Never Dies or Sophie Marceau in The World Is Not Enough. Superior movie, by the way.
God damn it, Alex.
Every time. Every Q&A, this
Let
guy,
it go.
He slides in a goddamn World's Not Enough versus Tomorrow Never Dies.
Go.
Let it go. But Tomorrow Never Dies is better. You will always be wrong. It's not a question, but show us more pics of your dog. I will put more pics on screen
right here,
right now.
And then show them another one. Give them one more.
Yeah. I have 2 questions. Do you remember that it was pointed out that Ichigo and Kaien look similar? Of course, because they look identical besides hair color. What effect do you think this detail had on Ichigo and Rukia's relations? I think it had a subconscious effect on her. I think she loved Kaien, and after he died so tragically, I think seeing kind of a ghost. I mean, there's evidence of that. Like when he was like being like, "Oh, I won't die," she would remember like Kaien saying similar things. There's absolutely an effect. What do you think so far the Espada rankings are based on? You don't think it's as straightforward as more strength? Maybe it is usefulness, or maybe it is, I don't know, expendability. I don't know. I have learned not to try to understand Aizen's methods or reasons for doing things. I'm not that smart, and he is. If there was a manga anime universe you could live in, which one would it be, why, and which one would you actively avoid at all costs? I feel like we could both answer this.
I mean, I feel like there's just a lot of options with One Piece.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool places.
There are a lot of cool places. The thing that scares me about the One Piece universe, though, is the government. Like, they're scary. I don't know. I was about to say, I think the Dragon Ball universe seems chill, but those planets get blown up all the time. That'd be confusing. You keep getting revived by the Dragon Balls. Yeah, maybe One Piece. Pokemon. I mean, that's the answer.
Who wouldn't want to live in the Pokemon universe?
Yeah, that's the answer. I want a Pokemon. I would live in the Pokemon universe. And which one would you actively avoid at all costs?
Jujutsu Kaisen seems terrifying.
It's terrifying. I must say,
demons everywhere.
I must say Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to.
Oh, that would be terrible.
I do not want to live there.
That would be awful.
Yeah, no matter which way you slice it,
yeah,
eventually you're gonna get eaten or crushed.
Yeah.
No matter what. Horrible. No thanks. Speaking of which, if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, I recommend it. It's a must-watch. I agree. I've seen all of Attack on Titan. It's great. Love it. What is the best date idea?
Go on, Pat.
Take her out for a nice dinner of her choosing. Get her anything she wants. Just make her happy with food.
Okay, you're talking about me. In general, what's the best date?
In general, like a nice outdoorsy on a beautiful day, getting to know each other kind of date.
I like a good day date where you're like just exploring.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you go to a new town and you just like walk around and try new food and like
get to know each other naturally.
Oh yeah. But just like exploring or like doing something new with someone.
Yeah.
Like just something new for both of you. Like I always feel like that's a good bonding experience.
Final question. Which character in Bleach is your wife most similar to? Can be looks or personality. And for her, which character in fiction is your husband most similar to?
I'll just answer real quick. He's really a lot like Bob and Bob's Burgers.
That's me.
In looks and in action. Also, like Phil Dunphy for sure.
That is the highest compliment I've ever been given. I must say, I've said it before, Rangiku. Of all characters in anime, you most remind me of is Sasha from Attack on Titan. 100%.
I feel like I talked about food too much.
No, you didn't.
They asked one meal, so they said pick one food. I couldn't even do that for them.
That's okay.
And I even didn't include... I feel bad. There's foods that I left out.
It'll be okay. The food will forgive you.
Tacos.
On that note, thank you so much for listening. That was our Q&A. Hope it wasn't boring. Hope you learned a lot about us. Yeah, we'll see you guys all soon.
Like a braised beef. Oh, God. And like, or just like chips and salsa or chips and like queso blanco.
I'm just going to slowly fade it out as you keep naming
Okay, fine. I'll just name a bunch. I also like corn on the cob, asparagus, watermelon. I like cereal. Like, I'm not picky on... Like, I like a lot of different types of cereals. Did I say bagel? A good croissant?